Life is not measured by the breaths we take. Opening your eyes does not mean being alive. What is it that is running out? Is it time? Or is it your life? Your work fills a large part of your life. And you are already worn out in a day. Do you feel energized? Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel happy? If life is for living, why do we live it the worst when we want it the most? Krishna Yoga. Stop existing. Start living. Today's fast-paced everyday life leaves humans little time to worry about their health, resulting in an irresponsible attitude towards their lifestyle. As per today's health scenario, there is a lack of awareness, inflated healthcare costs, misinformation, authenticity, superseded by quackery, delayed corrective action, and the desire for a quick-fix health solution. Yoga is an ancient practice that helps create a sense of union in body, mind, and spirit. Dr. Krishna Raman, MBBS, FCCP, started yoga at the age of 14. Realizing yoga's immense health potential, he perfected yoga under the guidance of his guru, Sri BKS Iyengar, one of the foremost yoga exponents in the world, who is the recipient of the Padma Shri 1991, the Padma Bhushan 2002, and the Padma Vibhushan 2014. Having always been intrigued by the marvels of the human body, Dr. Krishna pursued a career in medicine. He combined the science of Western medicine with the ancient wisdom of yoga and treated patients non-invasively. With a very high success rate in treating patients, he went on to author 2 books, A Matter of Health, Integration of Yoga and Western Medicine, followed by Yoga and Medical Science FAQ, both of which are being used as reference manuals for training yoga teachers the world over. He also conducted never-before-tried experiments to scientifically validate the benefits of yoga he had experienced in his sadhana. These have now proven to be an invaluable breakthrough in lending scientific credibility to yoga. His longtime student, Dr. Farzana Siraj, MD, AM, earlier a graduate in travel and tourism, began her career in marketing for an international cosmetics company. She later made a foray into the health sector as a facilitator for medical tourism. During this time, she also pursued her study and research in yoga. Along with her yoga training, she also assisted her guru and mentor, Dr. Krishna, in his clinical practice. With the blessings of the doyen of yoga, Sri BKS Iyengar, Dr. Krishna and Dr. Farzana teamed up to spread the awareness of yogic science and its great benefits to society at large, and thus Krishna Yoga came to be. Yoga is an accepted mind-body type of alternative medical treatment. It has now become a tool in mainstream medicine as it has been giving wonderful results. It is therefore vital to have knowledge of the precision of the asana. We ensure this at Krishna Yoga. At Krishna Yoga, the students are monitored by the doctor and trainers to make sure it is practiced in a scientific manner.
We are going to do Utthita Parshva Konasana. Take a deep inhalation, jump 4.5 feet apart. Turn the right foot to the right. Exhale, bend the right knee to a 90-degree square. And this knee must be exactly over the shin. Now exhale, take the right hand to the inner ankle. Twist the torso to the left. With an exhalation, take the hand overhead, stretching the body from the waist all the way to the tip of the middle finger. Make sure that this heel and the edge of the foot is grounded firmly. The left knee locked tightly, left buttock muscle tightly held, pushing the entire left leg into the floor, which gives stability to the pose. From the waist upward, you stretch to give flexibility to the spine. And make sure that the torso is well twisted so the spinal muscles are well elasticized. Do not extend the knee beyond 90 degrees. The knee should remain in line with the shin and the top of the ankle bone. Inhale and come up. Exhale, jump back, feet together.
Doctor, why do you insist on keeping the right knee at a right angle?
See, when you bend the knee to a right angle, there is a certain load on the knee. If you look at the front of the knee, this is the quadriceps muscle. When you bend the knee like this, you can see there is space in the knee. And this is the front of the cartilage or the meniscus as we call it. So when you are bending the knee, if there is excess pressure to the front of the cartilage takes excess load. If you bend less, there is no load. So you bend to the optimum. So the weight of the body is borne exactly from the back of the cartilage to the front of the cartilage equally. It is like a car. If the car is tilted to one side, the wheels on that side get worn out very fast. But if it's equally balanced, though the wheels wear away over a period of time, but it's equal and very, very minimal. In order to maintain the integrity of the cartilages to a perfect alignment and weight bearing, I insist that the geometry of 90 degrees should be followed.
We ensure individual attention. We use props when necessary to give the maximum benefit of each asana for the student.
Doctor, why do we use a pillow in shoulder stand?
See, if you look at the spinal curvature, this is a concave curvature, which is a healthy spinal curvature that we are all born with. Now when you do shoulder stand, here you can see I am insinuating my hands, there is space. But when you get the body up like this, as we do in classical shoulder stand in all schools of yoga, this curvature gets flattened, and over a period of time you will find that you are left with the neck that is pushed forward rather than this way, which is very harmful because then it damages these nerves and these blood vessels and you get problems with your neck like cervical spondylitis and disc prolapse. Therefore, medically the right way would be to minimize the pressure on the spine here, less alteration to this curvature. So then you keep this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7th cervical vertebra, which is the biggest one here as you know. You keep that on the edge of the pillow, so there is space here, and then you exhale when you go up. This space is retained, so the compressive effects are less, and when you come up you still have this curvature left. So medically this is the right way of doing shoulder stand, which minimizes the pressure on the cervical vertebra and the cervical nerves are protected. This is one of the reasons why people go to yoga schools and get into problems with this pose, because they do not know the importance of this pillow which is to be used for the shoulder stand.
We stress on absolute precision while doing the asana, as that alone ensures optimal benefits. Within 2 months of its inception, Krishna Yoga was successfully running 4 centers with more than 250 satisfied students across all age groups and social backgrounds. We are proud to have celebrity clients from the world of sports, dance, cinema, and the IT industry. A glimpse of what they have to say.
I think there's a doctor called Dr. Krishna who is a medically qualified doctor, who is actually a yoga expert also. So it becomes that little bit easier for him to, one, identify what is the problem and then give the correct solution to it. So when you have a doctor come a yoga master, I think obviously your strength is double, right? And in fact, I went for a few classes myself when I had a lower back problem. Best way or to get over all these problems, I believe, is yoga.
Actually, my right side of my body stopped to work. My hand wouldn't work, and I was a hairstylist, so I had to use my hand. That's when, and I'd given up on doctors because no one was able. They just gave me painkillers and they gave me antibiotics, which didn't do anything. So someone then said you can go and see Dr. Krishna. And when I went to him, he had to literally like haul me into positions. I was in such a bad shape. But slowly, as I told him of my problems, I would tell him one problem, he would give me one asana. And what I found was that 5 other problems would go away, which I didn't have to tell him about. And this is how I finally managed to come back on my feet. When I did that, I found that there was more that I could do with my body. I thought that this is not my optimum health. I've got out of my problem, but it's still not the final thing. So then I asked him to teach me more about yoga. And that's when he taught me and his classes, and what he taught was amazing. The wonderful thing about Dr. Krishna Raman's yoga is that he also teaches you the use of props. So even if you're not in very good physical shape, and you're just trying to get back into some kind of decent health, you can use the props and you don't have to break your back contorting your body or whatever. And then slowly, as you get better, it gives you more leverage, and then you can stop using the props after that. That really helps.
I remember his first statement to me was, as a Bharatanatyam dancer, what else do you expect? You people do these unnatural things like striking cement floors with your feet, so you're bound to go in for some problem. But then he was very reassuring. He said, don't worry, it can be cured. And he gave me an enormous weight, a circular iron piece, which I had to put on my heel and then squat on it, or do an asana on it. And that used to be very painful, I remember, but it certainly cured me. I think it's a great gift that he would be giving, Dr. Krishna Raman would be giving the public by starting classes. We have often asked him to do a general yoga class, because I can think of no more effective, more meaningful and more holistic way of addressing problems of the body and mind. It is a discipline which gives to the entire body, both within and without, beauty, strength, a sense of fulfillment, and it is just right for all of us.
It all started off in 2012, October, November, where the pain was, it didn't allow me to do my normal work. I went to every doctor in the town. I went to everybody, literally all the big names, and it won't, subside. So luckily, one of my very, very close friends suggested Dr. KR's name. So I could get an appointment with Dr. Krishna Raman, and then I went there on February 11th. I'll never forget that day in my life. That was the turning point that I wanted to live again, basically. I went through that rehab program for the past 1 year, and now here I am. Exactly 12 months, I'm fit and fine.
For me, yoga is now a way of life. It's really an integral part of what I do every single day. And I just absolutely find it keeps me stress-free, not just keeps my back from paining, which is like a permanent cure, but it also keeps me stress-free and functioning and rooted. Most importantly, it roots me. It's given me the confidence to do something I did 23 years ago, which is go up to 18,000 feet. I've gone up to Mount Kailash, I've gone to the Everest Base Camp again. Wow, it's really changed my life. I think this style of yoga is so completely rooted in medical practice. It's completely sound in knowledge of yoga. And for me, I'm a thinking person. I don't like to blindly follow something. It just gives me an understanding, a clarity of communication that makes me feel confident. It is not just for preventing or curing, but it is for living well.
More than anything, more than my treatment, I felt that I learned something out of yoga in my pain. So doctor taught me yoga without telling that that is yoga. That was the best thing which I learned, because if I would have known that yoga means, I would have thought that the something is difficult, which it's very tough to do. We have to stretch our leg and hand. Because of pain, I wanted to do that. But after doing that, I felt how much it's easier for us. And I was about 90 or 92 kilos when I went and met doctor. Today I am 80. This 15 kilos of mine came down because of my yoga. So I feel that yoga should be started when kids are young. You should not think yoga is a medicine. It is an exercise which is cutting the medicine. Medicine will not come inside if you do a proper yoga.
And here's what our students have to say about their experience at Krishna Yoga. We also have corporate workshops, group yoga classes, antenatal and geriatric yoga, individually customized programs, personal training. Krishna Yoga not only cures but also works at prevention of high BP, lung ailments, orthopedic disorders, ENT disorders, menstrual ailments, sports injuries, pregnancy disorders, hiatus hernia, insomnia, stroke, and cardiovascular disorders. At Krishna Yoga, we also have an accreditation program for teachers where we evaluate and certify them. We also provide refresher training programs in order to keep them up to date with the latest scientific research. Come, join Krishna Yoga to stop existing and start living. Krishna Yoga. Initiate, imbibe, ignite.